Welcome back to The Grind. In this video, we are going to discuss how to defeat Sasquatch in this month's Uncollected difficulty. We're going to review the special attacks and the skills of this champion, and we're going to talk about how to defeat him using Exhaust champions, Innervate, and Power Control. The first thing to note is that once he's below 30%, he starts regenerating with up to 3 of those stacks. The next important thing to take note of is he generates these rage charges on the far right side of his bar there. Currently at 5. Once it gets to 6, there's a chance of activating Wrath of Tanarak. And during this, he is unstoppable during heavy attacks, as well as becoming unstoppable during special attacks. Now, you can punish afterwards if you time it right, but it is a little bit more challenging. He also becomes unstunnable at that time, and you will take increased block damage because he ignores the block proficiency. His heavy attack, as you may have noticed, is one attack where he slams the ground, so you can dodge it with a single dash back. His special one is pretty easy to evade. He picks up a boulder and then throws it, and you just dash back before he hits you, as you can see in slow motion here, and then you can punish afterward. His special 2 actually has some decent range as well because he travels quite a long distance, so you have to be careful not to be clipped, but you can still easily evade the whole thing by timing your evade right before you get hit or creating enough distance once he's already started the special attack. So both are pretty easy to evade. Now, I did mention you can punish after special attacks even though they're unstoppable, like you can see in that clip there. Same with the special attacks. If you wait just long enough, you can retaliate after they do the heavy attack. Now, as far as what champions to use, champions that apply Exhaust or Innervate will prevent those rage stacks from continuing to climb as long as they have those debuffs applied. This will help decrease the amount of times or completely prevent Wrath of Tanarak from activating, which will make the fight a lot easier. I used Gwenpool primarily because Gwenpool has some good damage output with those bleeds, and with Innervate, you can continually have Innervate active as long as you always have a bleed on Sasquatch before Innervate expires. This made the fight a lot easier because he stopped earning those rage stacks, meaning he did not go into Wrath of Tanarak because I was able to continually have bleeds on him, allowing the Innervate to continue to refresh itself. And then once I got him down to the threshold where he activated the regeneration stacks, I was still able to deal enough damage because the bleed damage was constantly kind of ruling out the heal that he had on, and the heal maxes out at 3 stacks and has a chance to activate new stacks with every hit. I did not use an Exhaust champion, but if you have one that reliably applies exhausts, then you can continue to lock down those rages as well. I also used power drain champions, which was very effective for me. Once you drain the power and back him into a corner, you can get into a rhythm, and once he's used up all his rage, you can just continually attack him and then back off and then go back in every time without having to worry about too much of the unstoppable or block damage. And once you get into your rhythm, you can just back him into the corner and repeatedly back out and back in. I think some people call it backdrafting, if I'm getting that correctly. And this is a very effective way for me of dealing with Sasquatch. Now, I also use magic, which I found worked best for me. I really played magic a lot back when I played originally a couple years ago, so I feel like I've got a pretty good grasp of her. But I felt like I was able to really get into a rhythm once I got him power drained, that I could just back him in the corner, continually backdraft and re-enter and for another combo. And with that power steal, it was easy to maintain the power drain as well as continuing to deal a little extra damage. Now I'm going to slow this down again so you can see it in real time, just in case you wanted to watch it a little more closely to see the rhythm and the timing for when you attack after they're getting back up, after you use the special attack. And then we're going to fast forward ahead so we can see that once I got him down below the 40% health threshold and the heals started activating, I was actually unable to keep up very well with the damage output that was required. I'm sure that with a 5-star magic, this would not be a problem at all, but I was unable to do it with the 4-star magic, unfortunately. So this is the point where I would switch to a high damage dealing champion. For me, I enjoy using Blade. I also enjoy using Stark Spider-Man. Whatever champion you have that might work to deal a large amount of damage over time, you just have to deal with Wrath of Tanarak once or twice if you're able to get through the health quick enough, and perhaps you have a better champion that can manage power control or exhaust or innervate that also does high amounts of damage. So I hope this video was helpful. I would definitely appreciate comments on what I can do to improve my videos or my channel. And of course, if you want to support me, like and subscribe and share my videos, I would greatly appreciate that as well. It is challenging starting off a new YouTube channel, so all the support I could get would be greatly appreciated. And I will see you in the next video.